Meantime, let's discuss earnings, markets and much more with Natasha Shankar of Yes Securities. Natasha, hi, good afternoon. Always a pleasure chatting with you. Let's start off first from a broader perspective, from the market perspective. You know, the last couple of months we have just seen the Nifty swivel between 10,500, 10,800. It has been range bound. You could say perhaps in absence of triggers on the domestic front, but it certainly has not been the case from a global perspective. So going forward, I think you believe that the market will continue to remain range bound. Again, is it going to be an absence of triggers, or do you think that whatever we had to see, whether from a domestic perspective with respect to elections or a global perspective, whether it's the trade war, has already been discounted by the market?
I think something that has already been discounted by the market is, of course, all of the events that you just mentioned. There is a global trade war which is going on, and there's an expectation of a slowdown in the economy. It's the largest economy of US. At the same time, Brexit too has sort of caused concerns as far as global investors are concerned. So to a large extent it has been factored in, but investors would still remain wary at higher levels, because of which we could see certain amount of selling coming in. On the domestic front, of course, the earnings season, which is which kick-started yesterday, is going to play a major role. We could see outperformance coming in sectors which are able to beat expectations and wherein expectations are relatively on the higher side. However, we do not really think that it would be an earnings growth across the board. Certain sectors, especially the importers as well as the energy companies, could see a certain amount of slowdown. So it would not be an across the board earnings growth, because of which any kind of a positive trigger coming in for overall markets would be absent, and that is why we think the markets would remain range bound at least till the run up to the elections.
Natasha, hi. Just want to understand your view and your outlook on the OMC space. That seems to be under a massive pressure. We've seen a very sharp rebound coming in from the global oil prices as well. Do you see, I mean, how do you see, I would ask, rephrase it that way, how do you see it impact domestic OMCs? What would be your outlook for this space?
If you're really looking at it theoretically, the correction that we've seen on the oil prices in the previous quarter would definitely help as far as the GRMs are concerned. The GRMs would be adjusting for the inventory levels that most of the OMCs are maintaining, because of which GRMs are expected to be largely flattish and with a very relatively small amount of upside. Going forward, crude prices would play a big role as far as the outlook on the OMCs are concerned, and most of the OMCs are already discounting higher crude prices as well as lower GRMs. In fact, if you're looking globally, GRMs have corrected by over 30% in most of the markets. So that is something which most of the OMCs are discounting at these levels. So we would prefer to stay away from that, and if you're really looking at the energy sector, it would be better to look at the gas place or the city gas distribution space as opposed to the OMCs, and that is our call right now.
Okay, city gas distribution, that would be perhaps a better bet compared to OMCs. Natasha, you've also mentioned, you flagged off rather, engineering and capital goods. You know, interestingly, we did have L&T, various big brokerages as well did say that the weak auto inflows is a bit of a concerning factor at this point of time. What do you think is the reason for this? I mean, we are in election year, and I suppose at this point of time, the government spending would be more redirected towards political capital and those kind of agendas. So do you think that is something that could perhaps dry up capital for auto inflows, and hence you are bearish on these names?
Absolutely. So we're not really bearish on these names. We think that if you're looking at execution, some of the order inflows that had come in the previous years, those would be executed during the current financial year, and in the process the execution levels growth would be higher than the order inflow growth. Nevertheless, we do think that the order awarding would be relatively lower, especially with the run-up to the elections. We've already seen that happening on the roadside. The kind of orders which have been awarded till now have been quite disappointing if you're looking at it on a YOY basis. The previous year was much better. Of course, there are certain other issues that most of the projects which were there are not as highly rewarding as compared to the ones which had been given out in the previous year. But even then, the order awards have slowed down, and that would impact future results. So if you're really looking at that space, we think that could be a disappointing space in terms of the results which would be declared.
Okay, Natasha. On that note, thanks much for coming on board and sharing with us your perspective on the various bets and your perspective on the markets at large.